everyone. My name is Daniel from PRMTAIWAN. We are glad today to have Jose from Haitian Mexico and also my colleague Russell. Hello, Jose.
Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you very much for inviting me to talk a bit about what we're doing here in Mexico.
Thank you very much for the opportunity and for your time, actually, because we are really busy recently. It's a glad chance since we cannot meet abroad right now. And then we have to find another ways to keep closer and know your opinion still about what is going on right now in the economy.
Right. Yeah, I think that this crisis is bringing us some opportunities, like the use of technology, which is actually getting us closer. So yeah, let's take this advantage, and I'm happy to talk to you.
So we do. Okay, if you want, would you like to introduce yourself? Like, what is your main role in your company?
Yeah, sure. I am a deputy general manager. I pretty much manage the complete company with the supervision of our general manager, who is a Chinese gentleman. He lives in Mexico, but he's traveling back to China very often. So I am pretty much managing the complete company. So I focus on the business development, trying to try to make it as smooth as possible. Of course, um, to try to have many Haitian plastic injection machines being sold in Mexico, and of course to set up a very strong service basis so that the customers can rely not only on the machine, but that if there's any trouble, they can still get the support from our team. So I'm pretty much focused on everything and customer satisfaction.
Oh, that's pretty interesting, actually. Yeah. And could you introduce your company? Like, what is Haitian Mexico doing right now?
Sure. Well, first of all, to talk about our company in Mexico, most people should probably know about Haitian, which is the world's largest manufacturer of plastic injection machinery. And they also are involved in other business units as die casting machines and CNC equipment and so on. But of course, they're mostly known for their plastic injection machines. So we manage a Haitian business in Mexico. Um, I don't want to make this like a long story, but my father started representing Haitian business in Mexico back in 1999. Then by around 2006, he was appointed as the exclusive distributor for Haitian. So we started to really create a strong company with the service platform, as I was explaining to you. And then back in 2015, Haitian decided to come to Mexico to establish their own subsidiary. Why? Because they wanted to have direct presence in the Mexican market, but they did that together with our support. So they established their company on top of our structure as distributor. So we kind of merged and we joined efforts, and now we got their experience, and they got our local know-how and the way to do business in Mexico. So we are now a very strong team. So we co-manage the company between the Chinese team and the Mexican team.
That's very good because combination actually between two cultures. At some point, even economic cultures, sometimes Latin America and Mexico, sorry, Latin America and China are totally different point of view in different topics. And actually, that's one advantage that you take, I think, that made the merge of two different totally way of thinking, and that made you grow at some point.
Just bring them together and serve in different cultures in different ways, maybe.
Exactly. Yes, as you're saying, it's very important. And something I really like about Haitian is that they respect a lot the local culture of the country where they're doing business. So they really rely a lot on the local partners that they have worldwide, and they trust them a lot. So that's why, of course, they got the know-how on how to make excellent machines. But when it comes to selling them and servicing and so on, so they really rely a lot on the local partner. So I think they're doing the right thing.
That's very good cooperation, I think, actually. Yeah.
And can we learn more about your like product portfolio. You mentioned about injection molding machines, but can we go a little bit deeper and can we hear like what type of injection molding machines you can produce or like what kind of industries?
Yes, of course. Well, it's mostly horizontal plastic injection machines because there are some vertical models, but Haitian is currently not focused on that. They manufacture servo hydraulic machines, which are the most popular kind of models. They have on that kind of machines, they have economic machines and they have more sophisticated machines, which are more focused to the high-end kind of industry. So those are the servo hydraulic machines. Probably 70% of their total sales are focused on this family. But then since perhaps 10 years ago now, they started selling electric machines, fully electric plastic injection molding machines. And they initially they bought a German company named Sapphire, and with the know-how of Sapphire combined with all their knowledge, all of their previous knowledge on how to make plastic injection machines, now they are becoming one of the most important manufacturers of fully electric plastic injection machines. So they're growing very rapidly on this field. Now they have three different series on this family. The Ceres, which is a fully electric machine, but they have a small hydraulic valve, which is for the core movements for special molds. So normally for fully electric machines, when they don't have this kind of valve, you need to adapt an external hydraulic unit. So, but for this machine, they already have it integrated. And then because you don't have one servo motor, which is replaced by a small bump, then that makes the machine value price a bit cheaper. Then, of course, we have the fully electric machines, which is our Venus. And recently we launched the Genius machine, which is a fully electric for the injection unit, and for the clamping unit is servo hydraulic. So Haitian is trying really to find a way to make excellent machines which are focused on productivity and to be as efficient as possible without really affecting the pocket of the investor, as I mean the way other brands maybe are doing. So this is pretty much what Haitian is doing. And then we recently started selling machines for die casting industry, which is a new adventure for us. It's an industry we're not focused too much right now in Mexico, but we are just getting started, and we trust a lot on Haitian potential. So we think we are going to grow a lot on that field as well.
Thank you. We're glad to hear an in-depth information about Haitian. And let's continue with the current situation. You know, due to COVID-19, many industries in many countries have a transformation. So in that case, I would like to ask, what's the trend in your industry? Has there been any change?
Uh, not really, or not too much. I think that most people are still doing what they were doing before the pandemic came. But of course, it's clear that some companies found some business opportunities because of this issue. So we have seen some customers that were doing, for example, household appliances or similar products. They've been turning their eyes into applications focused on pharma, on medical devices, on the food industry, which is of course never going slow. For example, we have some customers that are doing really good business manufacturing the sanitizing carpets, which are required, like for in Mexico, for businesses to reopen, they had to install these sanitizing carpets. So they were demanding thousands and thousands of units. So these guys were buying machines from us to make that. And so on. Some companies have actually asked us to rent machines because they think that the COVID-19 is bringing them business opportunities, but they don't know if those business opportunities will continue after the crisis comes to an end. So they don't know if it's safe for them to actually buy a machine, so they've been asking us if they can rent. So in a couple of specific cases, we've accepted to rent the machines. Yeah, so the industry is moving. I think right now most of the activity is coming back to normal levels. Still not the same way we were before, but everything's coming back to normality little by little.
I see. So, during this time, what was the main challenge for Haiti and Mexico?
The main challenges were, I think mostly on the financial aspect, because what happened in Mexico is that when we had the first confirmed case, what happened during those days, I remember it was a Sunday, and then we saw the currency exchange, which was at the moment at 18.5 pesos per dollar. It went up to more than 25 in less than 2 days. So that created a shock because customers buy the machines and as most capital equipment in US dollars. So that created them very big problems because they thought that it would be more difficult for them to pay for the machines. So they wanted us to renegotiate the payment terms. They asked us for grace periods of 2 or 3 months. They wanted us to wait until the currency exchange was back to 18, 19, or 20 so that they could continue paying for the machines. But for us, it's too tough because we also need to pay the machines back to China and we need dollars. we cannot go to the bank and ask for cheap dollars. It's just the same thing for everyone. So also some other customers completely decided to cancel the machines they had just ordered because they were forced to close and they thought it was not a good moment to invest. So a lot of customers canceled their orders. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So I would say basically the biggest problem was focused on financial aspects.
And how about imports and exports from the government? Were there any regulation during COVID-19?
Not really. The government in Mexico divided all industry into essential activities and non-essential activities. So if I remember well, logistic activities were considered as essential. So all the ports and all the transport infrastructure kept going for most of the cases.